Hi, I'm Richard Deacon, Senior Marketo Strategist for R2I, and today we're going to talk about data health. Data health is kind of my overall appearance today. Your data is probably usually scruffy, missing some items, and probably needs to be pruned a little bit, where I need to lose some weight as well. So let's run through some couple things, and we can have you target and start your process down the data health journey. 30% of clients actually have trust in their data, which is a pretty low amount. So this is pretty common, a common item we're seeing amongst clients, that when we get into their instances, there's invalid emails, there's a lot of things they can clean up. So we're going to take it in 3 steps where you can kind of look at your overall data health and work through that. Know your sources, whether it's coming from a CRM, form imports, or lead actual imports through lists. You have to know your data and the sources and the quality that's getting pushed in. If your quality is corrupt, if you have duplicates within your CRM, or your form fields aren't catching key data, you're already starting off on the wrong foot, and you're going to have to start catching up all that data and cleaning it up. So the first start is really knowing those sources. Getting the CRM cleaned up so you're getting unique sources and there's a one-to-one relationship is definitely key. Also knowing your fields, which ones you're going to be using for your key metrics, making sure they're included in your forms. If one of your key demographics is maybe a region or an age range or even job title, make sure those items are on your forms. You want to make sure you have all the persona information included so you're not backtracking later when you're creating your marketing campaigns. And the third thing is lead list imports. You want to make sure that you're importing them properly. A lot of times people will think this is something, an easy step where they just import the list, it goes right into Marketo and there's no problems. But if you're missing key fields, once again, you're behind on your data quality and you want to make sure you clean that up. So start there first. If you do any efforts to dedupe or update your data and then your list imports, CRM, and forms are still giving you bad data, it's a constant vicious cycle that you're never going to complete. Know your database. You need to know in your database the total number you have doesn't indicate your actual marketable contacts. Even though it may say you have marketable contacts who are well, marketable, that doesn't mean you're actually reaching those people. There may be key personal things that you're missing that you don't have from, as previously mentioned, the forms that you need to target from them. So you need to go in and look at that data. Is the information valid? Is it up to date? You may have 70,000 marketable contacts, but how many have opened an email in the last 3 months, 6 months, a year? Do you have contacts who haven't opened an email ever? So just because you have a large number, you may think you're marketing to a large, population, doesn't always ring true. You want to make sure that information is current, it's up to date, and has all the field information. So the key is knowing your data. Once you've cleaned up those sources, you really want to dig in and actually get a report to see what your data is actually doing. One of the key things I use is an actual report that you can set up that only takes a few minutes, and you can set up at different frequencies. You can do this daily, monthly, every couple months, however you want to set the cadence. And what we do is we look to see the number of leads that come in, and based on that information, we're looking at certain key indicators. And what we're actually looking for is missing data. So if a form comes in or some kind of data synchronization happens, we want to see, okay, this got added to the database, but it was missing maybe the first name, it was missing the phone, or it was missing the address, or any other key metrics you want. I'll include a link for that on how you can create that report. Clean up your data. You definitely want to go in and do this at least, I'd say, every 6 months, minimum once a year, go in and prune your data. A lot of times, even though you might have the best CRM configuration, your form fills are perfect, and even your list imports are tuned up and you're getting the information, they're still going to get a certain amount of bloat in each of the databases. So you definitely want to go in, review who's active, who's inactive, look for different segments that are performing well, and go in and clean up that data. Now, the cleaning up may not be actually removing the data, but you may want to focus on looking at those key metrics. Maybe you're not addressing people's personas in the right method, so you're not searching out an age range, or if you don't have that age range, both of those are going to give you mixed results. So you want to make sure that your data is valid and it also pertains to your business and your business goals. So hopefully my visual representation of being a little scruffy, a little overweight, and missing some hair there gives you a visual cue of how you want to queue up your database. Remember, it's all about getting the data to what you want and what you need it to be based on your business goals. And every business is going to be different, so focus in on that and take those steps to prune and optimize the data to get the most out of your marketing campaign efforts. Once again, I'm Richard Deacon, Senior Marketo Expert for R2I, and happy marketing automation.